Hey everybody, I'm Lzzy.
I'm Joe. We're from Halestorm.
May the rock be with you.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Long time since we've talked.
I know, right? It seems like a lifetime ago.
Well, welcome back to May the Rock Be With You. It's always great to talk to you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
likewise.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
Oh, anytime. Lizzie, it's crazy. The first time we spoke was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like,
I was trying to figure that out this morning. I'm like, oh my God.
yeah. And then even worse, it's like 7 years since we sat backstage for your first Sydney show here. And it's like, that was
Yeah.
amazing. But what I like to do, we've spoken since, but the two of you, let's catch up. How have the last 7 years been for you?
Um, wow.
7 years. Jeez.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
We're still here. We're still doing it.
Yep.
All you can ask for.
The best
absolutely.
thing
We're
to
still
do.
having fun. We haven't killed each other yet. So all the bandmates are intact. Nobody picked up a nasty drug habit, so I,
Good. That's what we
I
like.
say things are positive.
Nice. Now, the best thing is, of course, you're headed back to Australia, a territory that's been amazing for the band. Now, as the catalogue continues to grow, what can we expect set-wise at these upcoming shows?
Oh my goodness. Well, the first two shows we have back to back, and it's
In New Zealand.
same show. So we're gonna end up doing probably two different sets
Mm.
because there's just no way to fit everything in to
Yeah.
a 90-minute set.
Yeah. And what are we going to do? The plan, we make our set list up every day as we go along. But really, we'll be doing a bunch of the new stuff and
Yeah.
playing some old stuff and some things maybe we haven't played in a while. And
Yeah, it's just fun, and as you know, and if anyone's ever been to one of our shows, it's just the four of us. We plug in, we play. There's no miming, there's no tracks, and sometimes we definitely take our liberties and maybe extend an ending or two and
Yep.
see what happens.
Let
Which
RJ
is,
do his thing on the drums for a few minutes.
yeah,
oh yeah,
always.
oh yeah,
He's going to do it
Always.
either way.
yeah. He's gonna, I know. Even I remember we were like taking the drum solo out, and then it ends up becoming some type of a drum solo no matter what we do. So we might as well give him some space.
I don't think he'd let you not do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Or the audience too. They
Yeah, crowd won't.
remember they got really
Yeah, they're like, RJ.
they all started chanting RJ the last time that we took it out of the set. They're like, "Where's the drum?" I'm like, "Okay, go
Amazing.
for it."
Well, the Sydney show is actually the day after my birthday. So if Happy Birthday makes it in the set, I'll be happy with that. That'd be fine.
Oh, that's awesome.
A rock-up version of Happy Birthday. Now, of course, you're bringing out Theory of Dead Man with you as well. Like, they're an amazing live band. Have you played with those guys before?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
God, yeah.
We have some
Mm.
history with those boys. When we were making our first album out in California way back in the day. What, we were there in 2007?
They were making an album and we were staying in the same apartment complex.
Yeah.
We were just got into trouble. It
Yeah,
was
we
awesome.
wreaked havoc with those boys, and
Yep.
so we haven't seen them in a while. We
been a few
like
years.
just a couple like festival things here and there, but we haven't like really hung out and been on tour with them in a long time. So yeah, there's going to be some catching up to do.
It's a great bill. It's such a, when they were announced, everyone was like, oh, what a pairing. So it's going to be a really, really good night.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
glad. I'm so
Yeah.
glad. Yeah,
Now,
we're
the live
gonna.
aspect of the band is where you truly shine. I find that Hailstorm are a live band. Like with that break of a couple of years that we had, what was it like getting back out there and playing again? Was it hard to pick up that momentum and essentially, after nothing for so long?
It wasn't hard to pick up momentum at all, but I remember that first show back, like first time we're on stage in front of an audience, since everything. And I I still, even since I was a teenager, I get a little bit of nerves, before I go on stage, but that usually doesn't really start happening until about maybe 20 minutes before showtime.
Hmm.
But this particular show, like my nerves started like during sound check. I'm like, oh my God, we're actually doing this. The show is happening.
Yeah, it was
You
funny. Like in Brilliant Us, like we had this festival to go headline. It was supposed to be our like first real show back. And then we decided to do a free show at a small club here in Nashville, just for like all our friends and whoever the hell else wanted to come out, and radio station gave away tickets, and
Oh, wow.
it was great. A little nerve-wracking. I was like, why did we do this? This is a terrible idea, but it was fun.
I remember the tempos were really fast
Oh, it
too.
was
Yeah, we
fascinating.
were just very excited.
It was an 80-song set in half an hour.
Yeah,
But,
go full Ramones style. Just every song is like,
What is it?
let's go.
so how for you has the Halestorm live show evolved over your time together after each tour and each show happens? Do you see an evolution there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so humbled by this and grateful that we have established ourselves as our own act. And I remember in the beginning, it was a lot about proving yourself, and it's a lot, you're playing for a lot of people that have never seen you before, so you have to win them over in like 3 songs or whatever. And so now it's really wonderful to have this fellowship of fans and people that have either grown up with you or they have their stories, they all have bringing out their kids now and all of that. And so you're kind of past that handshake. Now you really get to
just explore the songs and the set and deviate from things and write new parts. And I mean, that's what we're always changing as the tours go. Like we spent 7 weeks in Europe, and I mean, by the end of that tour, we had new jams, we had put different songs in, and
new intros, new outros.
It's always kind of, you know, we play and then we talk about it, like, oh, you know, it would be fun, or what we could do better, or what, you know, let's try it out next show, and you just try it out.
We pulled out some old school tricks on this last tour. The boys kicked me on stage and was like, "You're starting a cappella." Like, okay, cool. But
it was fun. It worked.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I love, I don't know, I feel like we've lived several different lifetimes since this whole thing began, and the fact that we're still doing it and that people still care and they come out to the show and we get to do it together. It's really beautiful.
Nice. Well, I've been hooked since I heard that cowbell for the first time in 2009, and it's never stopped. So
that's awesome. Gotta put in the cowbell, you know, gotta.
It's the rules. Now, in terms of new music, we had Back from the Dead out mid last year. How, if in any way, has the creative process in making records changed since your debut some 14 years ago?
Right. I don't know how it's changed. I mean, it was definitely different this time just because of the whole pandemic and everything. And so, and usually our process is we'll book time in the studio, but then we'll definitely have like some festival gigs or some shows, or like a small like group of shows in between all of that, just to kind of keep momentum up, and also giving us a different perspective and when we're thinking about these new songs. So you're actually thinking about being on stage, whereas this time we didn't have a stage to lay everything out. So all we had was the studio. So when we were listening to mixes from Back from the Dead, you know, I remember turning to you and it's like, I think we made like a heavy record. We really weren't necessarily intending on doing that, but
it's got heavy.
Yeah, gotta put all that frustration out somewhere. So that's what we had. But I don't know how it's evolved since the beginning. I think that it's different every time.
Yeah, it's always different. You know, it kind of starts guiding itself. You dive in with certain intentions, and it reveals itself as you go.
Yeah.
Like we'd written a bunch of songs, and Back from the Dead came, and we're like, there's kind of the that's what we were looking for the record, and then everything kind of shifted around that, and it was fun. You know, it's always a journey, man. Always a journey.
It's almost like you go in there with like a plan, like I think we know what we got to do, like here's some titles, here's whatever, and then it's like the music then takes her in, is like, nope, that wasn't what I wanted, and so we have to kind of follow that, which is awesome. It's hard work, but it's so fulfilling when all of a sudden, like just said, it like reveals itself and you're like, oh, that's the record we're supposed to be making right now. So yeah.
And when you have songs, like it was such a amazing album start to finish, but you released the Deluxe at the end of last year and you got songs like Alien, which I think should have been on the main record. Like you've got these great songs that, you know, just lots of good things going on.
Yeah, we loved all those songs. You know, we really put a lot into them, and some like Alien was a little unfinished to me. You know, we didn't once we kind of let that go onto the wayside and just left it as it was. But yeah, I mean, we loved them, but they just weren't like we said, Back from the Dead came out. We're like, okay, now we have like a focus track to kind of build a foundation for this record, and not everything kind of fit in that house.
And then some things got really weird, like, you know, You Only Die Once was like really weird, and we're like, I don't know, that's strange, but we're gonna put it out on a Deluxe anyway. Same thing with Legendary. Like we had like 3 different versions of that song, and that was originally going to go on the record too. And they're like, I don't know, this is a little weird.
Yeah,
But
fair
the
enough.
great thing about today and like I mean a big difference between when we first started to make albums and then to now is that really, I mean, you have an opportunity to put out everything, you know, without it being like this intense pressure. So for us, Back from the Dead was its own collection, and then the fans get to hear something new, and we like doing that anyway because we don't like doing like deluxe versions where there's only like 1 or 2 new
Yeah.
songs. You know, it's like if we're gonna make everybody get this again, there better be a whole album's worth.
That's fair. And this year is the 10th anniversary of Strange Case of. Are we expecting anything?
Seriously? Oh my God,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
That's thanks for reminding me of that. I'm getting so bad with the days and the years.
Yeah, how many B-sides
Just ring
are
me
on?
if you need to know that stuff.
No, you know what? I bet you anything we have some stuff that we didn't even release.
I'm sure.
We should dig into that. That'd be a good idea. Yeah.
You heard it in first. Let's do it. Now, we talked about change because it can be very easy to say what can change over time. But what is the one thing that has always remained the same about Halestorm?
RJ. I don't think he's grown up since he was 15, you know.
Thank God. Right, we love him.
I mean, really, I mean, with all of us, we're still best friends. We've all known each other since we were, you know, little. And so it's
like lives have changed, everything has changed around us, but we're just doing the same
yeah,
thing
but as the 4 of us, it's still the 4 of us against the world. And there's
as much of a rock show as you can.
Yeah.
And laugh and have as much fun as
you can.
I like that. And as you said, I think it's the same. Like you just 4 people with instruments, no backing tracks, no miming, no nothing. It's just like that's how it's done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
rock and roll. It's not supposed to be perfect.
It's a dying art, but we're holding strong to it.
It is. Yeah. Now I like this because there's 2 of you. What I do is I like asking people a question called "I wish I wrote it." So each of you, tell me which one song in the world you wish you wrote and why.
Oh my goodness. Ooh, what's the you're probably gonna pick something off of his category. There's a lot of them. What?
Oh, I don't know. You go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say definitely something off of the Tom Petty catalog.
Oh man,
there's so many of them though. What was that one song we heard? Something Good's Coming.
Oh,
like
it's gotta be.
Yeah, and I think that
something good coming
has to be. Yeah, and but that particular song comes up just every now and then when you need it to, and it's something that has absolutely aged so well over time, because I feel like the first time I heard the song it meant something different, and then now I don't know, I can still carry it with me in the life that I live now. And I think that's all you're hoping for as a songwriter, is that like that your songs age. You know, I don't know how I Get Off is going to do when I'm 60, but I'm still going to try.
I would say Lover You Should Have Come Over.
Oh, that's a good one
too.
Jeff
Buckley song. It's so good.
That is
really musical, melodic, kind of just I don't know.
There's longing.
Yeah.
Also
some lyrics in there that are just deadly.
Also Daughter by Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish I wrote that because I would have a different perspective, obviously being an actual daughter, but
True. Good choices. I like that. I always like hearing that from people because you get a different perspective on the way that they listen to music. So it's nice to hear, you know, the stuff that I'll go and listen to now and check out after this.
Sweet.
That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Now, so what is left for you to do as a band that you haven't yet had the chance to do?
Well, you never run out of dreams.
Yeah. Good.
Let's see. I still want to have Hail Force One. I still want to actually have our own plane.
We talked about that years ago.
No, let's go big or go home.
My biggest goal is just keep flying, keep going. You know, it's so hard for bands, and we've seen so many come and go and fall by the wayside as we just keep on trucking, and we're still hustling. We still love doing it, and still love the process. And you know, it's the good fight. You know.
I love how you went with the emotional side and the need, and I'm just like, I want a plane. I want an HQ like Metallica has, like just a big warehouse to ourselves.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, that'd be
we
awesome
still got to
too.
do
Yeah,
that. You know,
we gotta do that
before
too.
I hang it up, we still got to do that.
Yeah, but see, that's called balance. That's what I love about it. You guys work. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do with everyone, and we've done it before, we're going to predict the future. So I want you to finish this sentence for me. By the end of 2023, Halestorm will
Eat a baby.
What?
I don't know. It's just not. I just can't. You can't put me on a spot like that and expect something appropriate.
Extremely random.
I know. No, seriously.
At the end of 2023, hopefully we have a new record kind of set and figured out.
Maybe done. I don't know.
Done. Yeah, that's
we're getting it. The gears are, the record hasn't even been out a year, but we're leaving in a few days to head down under, and we're just like churning right now with new ideas and thoughts and pictures of the next record. And I don't know, I'm excited to get some writing going, get through this run and start hustling down here.
Joe and I were hanging out last night, and it's like all these like new ideas and new titles and new riffs and stuff, and we got really excited about it. Like, is it happening? Is like the feeling happening again? So hopefully,
wow, I didn't want to ask about that.
That last record just kind of like drained us, and we're so happy to get out on the road and not think about that sort of thing, and think about rock shows and tour and travel and having fun and seeing places and seeing all our old friends. So we've been doing that for over a year now. So it's like, all right, new gear. The old gears are turning new again.
It works for me. I wasn't going to ask that because I thought you'd had the new one. I thought, well, you're not going to be working on anything yet, but I'm glad to hear that you will be. That's awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's go.
Lzzy and Joe, thank you so much for your time. Again, it is always a pleasure talking to you guys, and thank you for your support and allowing me to do this over the years.
Of course. Thank you for having us, and thank you for not being sick of us after all these years. So we appreciate it.
Happy early birthday. Yes. We'll see you in Sydney.
Yeah, thank you. You definitely will. I look forward to the show. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Right on.
Thanks guys. Man. See you then. Bye.